At this rate, Shubman Gill is going to become India's next T20I captain, is what we can predict at this podcast. But before we move in that direction, there is still 3 days left until the IPL comes to an end. So let's talk about IPL. Coming into this match yesterday, both you and I agreed that GT were going into this contest as firm favorites because of one reason. Sooryavanshi was the alone, let's say, a lone warrior for Rajasthan Royals. In the pre-match interview as well, Riyan Parag mentioned that they were hanging by a thread in this competition. It was because of the brilliance of one person alone, and I mean two people. You can never discount Jofra Archer. So two people for the RR team. Uh, their brilliance made RR qualify. Then second in the last match, wherein when it was important, Archer picked up 3 wickets. And again today as well, you saw the youngster scoring 95 runs. That elusive final and that elusive 100 is still away from him. He'll have to come back next season. We both saw he was crying after the match. These are scenes that really melt your heart. A small kid who puts in so much effort, you would like to see him getting his rewards. But I think with in case of individual rewards, he might just get his rewards with an India call up. But let's talk about the match today. The context and the tone was set right in the first over itself, when Siraj started going all length and all bouncers to Sooryavanshi. And post that, it was just one way street until the third or the fourth over, where Jadeja and Sooryavanshi started taking the attack to the opposition. And that's enough of my monologue. I'll pass the baton on to you.
No, congratulations to Gujarat Titans. They have been brilliant today, and overall in the tournament to make it to the top two, that gives you a chance to make it to the finals. And they played like champions today. One player or two players can only take you this far in the IPL, and the weight of performance has to be taken up by the players that are there, especially the captain not having the best of seasons, Riyan Parag. Dasun Shanaka, we have not spoken about him. That was a
Correct.
very poor innings, 3 runs, 9 balls. I saw one delivery where he just left the ball. A proper test match leave. So these things, I mean, I know I'm being a little critical here, but the batting overall was good from Rajasthan, I would say, because at one point you felt that they'll be bundled out for 150 or
Correct.
140. But the maturity shown by Vaibhav Suryavanshi, you will have to give him credit yet again for stepping up onto the big stage and scoring 96. He took his time and played really well.
And I think what stands out pretty well was at one point where Jadeja and he got a partnership. They were looking at around 80 for 2 at the 8 over mark, looking well for 220, 225. Then Jadeja sort of went out, and then Para came in, then Dasun came in, and then I think there was Jofra Archer that was one of the batsmen that came in. So they lost successive wickets, but he was not surprised by the fact. I think he held one end up, which was quite brilliant for a person of such young age. But again, I think they did well to make a comeback. I didn't expect them to score 215 the last over. Bowled via Rashid was some sort of a miscalculation. He could have been bowled much earlier. Washington Sundar could have been used for 1-2 overs much earlier. Saving 2 overs of the power of your spin bowlers in the last 3 overs is something that I genuinely do not buy, especially when you have someone like a Ferreira batting. And I mean, had Suryavanshi been there and had Jadeja gotten out, it would have been rather than 215, it would have been 220, 225. So you never know. But I think I feel that Rajasthan were 15 runs short. They could have put on a fight in case they had got 230 on the board, because Gujarat just got off to a splendid start in there.
They did, and I felt that Rajasthan bowling was not very lethal today. Jofra Archer tried his best,
Correct.
but you need support from the other end also. Brijesh Sharma, not really
Hmm.
that kind of a bowler. I mean, he is a prospect for the future, maybe, but he seems very mediocre. Again,
Correct.
being very critical here, but when you are playing a game with such high stakes, you have to look at bowlers that step up onto the big stage. Yashraj Punja, again, very new to all
Correct.
of this setup. He tried his best, but that bowling attack needs some bit of experience. I felt that Sandeep Sharma not being part of the games for Rajasthan was hurting them right at the end. But overall, if you see, Rajasthan should be proud of the season. They could have had a different 11, Hitmire, as we had discussed early on,
Correct.
but not playing him and putting all the responsibility on Sooryavanshi did not help the cause. Jaiswal and Riyan Parag would definitely need to look back at this season because it was really poor, especially for Jaiswal. Because Naman, you've been seeing that he's been sidelined from almost all teams. It
Correct.
was his chance to actually get a 600, 700 run season and knock the doors off the selectors, but disappointing to say the least.
And a young side, a transition side, after Samson decided to make part ways with the franchisee, a young captain, a captain that we both agreed last year wasn't up to the mark whenever he had to step in. So, in case you are a coach or a cricket critic, which you are, how would out of 10, how much would you rate Rajasthan Royals captain and their entire campaign?
The entire campaign, I would rate an 8 or 9, because see, they made it to the qualifiers too, defeating Hyderabad. Again, luck was on their side, and they made sure that they win their final game against Mumbai to not let anyone else come into the picture. So, for that reason, I'll give them a good rating. But captaincy wise, um, I mean, you have to lead from the front. You have seen Shubman Gill, you have seen Rajat Patidar. That's why they are there in the finals now. So captaincy wise, probably a 5 or 4.
Before we move into the next segment, that is the preview of the finals, one last comment on actually, we can speak about that in the next segment. Let's talk about the finals. It's the top two again, it's the two most consistent teams this season, that is the Gujarat Titans and the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Now, RCB have had a long break comparatively. They played on Tuesday, now they play on Sunday. So they have had a break of 4 to 5 days. Gujarat, rather, they come back to their home town, but they do not have any practice time. They travel tomorrow. Sunday is the finals. So do you think it's even Stevens as of now for both the teams in terms of
Not
advantage?
not actually. I feel that Gujarat have the upper hand. Even though they were defeated by a big margin in the qualifier one, and they were completely outplayed by RCB. But when you're playing at your home venue and the record that Gujarat have at
Correct.
their home venue, I feel that it's a 40-60. I feel 60 for Gujarat. Uh, they go in with the advantage and the momentum, I feel. And Shubman Gill's record against Bhuvi is not that great. That will be something that he would look into. But Gujarat's middle order yet, even though they won today, it's still not very convincing to me. So if Gujarat lose Sudarshan and Gill early, I don't see them make a comeback to this match.
Interesting. Quite a few things that you mentioned. You saw in the last two matches how Mr. Sudarshan was trying to get out. It did look like in the first match it was fixing, but today again similar. I mean, Ravi Shastri mentioned on air that he was practicing. Last time it was the bat that rolled onto the wicket. This time it was bang on middle stump. So he's kind of practicing that. But now coming to the bowling. Siraj is not a certainty to start in the IPL finals, as we heard in the post match. He's carrying a niggle. We don't know yet completely, but let's hope that he is fit. Two balanced bowling attacks, similar bowling attacks. Purple cap in terms of Rabada, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. You have Siraj versus Hazelwood. You have Prasidh Krishna versus Jacob Duffy. You have Jason Holder versus Rasikh Salam. So four fast bowlers. Would you go in with an additional spinner in Soya Sharma if you are Rajat Patidar?
Well, that's a very tough choice if you ask me. But probably I'll go in with the same 11 because Duffy has been doing well in the power play. So if Bhuvi or Hazelwood has an off day, you have a Suyash. But if you look at the other side of things, if they play Suyash, in case of Duffy, they can play Romario Shepherd. And maybe if
No, they
he's
can
fit
anyways
enough,
play. They can anyways play Romario Shepherd even if they don't
yeah,
play.
because
Yeah,
Phil
they're
Salt
using.
and
Correct.
Jacob
Yeah.
Bethel is not playing.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, in that case, they should play Duffy. He started off playing for
Correct.
RCB and he's doing well.
Correct. Now coming to the main question, Rehan. If you win the toss, what do you do?
Very tough in Gujarat because if you win the toss, you can defend the target also. Um, if you are Gujarat Titans, I would defend. If I'm being honest, because I'm not very certain and skeptical about the middle order that they have. If RCB go on to score 200 plus, I don't know if you lose Shubman Gill early, Sudarshan early, then the game would be over there itself. So I feel that defending for them would be easy.
I agree to that. But from an RCB perspective, if I'm thinking last time in the finals, they put up 191 and they were able to defend it successfully because Shefford played well there, but also there was pressure applied from Krunal Pandya, and Krunal has been brilliant this season. So if I'm in the RCB camp, do I uh, throw the carrot in front of uh, GT, ask them to set up a total, and I chase it down because I have the best chaser in history? Or do I score 200, 220, and then just put scoreboard pressure on the opposition? I think they would go for putting runs on the board because again it's hot as well in Ahmedabad, so the conditions would be much dry. There hasn't been any game in the last few days. If you see the last game that was played there, that was CSK versus GT. GT managed to chase down a pretty decent score that CSK had put up. So, chasing might be an option in case you manage to restrict the opposition under 190. Say 170, 180 could be a decent enough. Total 190 could be a power score. 210 could be a match winning score indeed. So, yeah, I think batting first should be the way to go. So I explained all of this, and in the end, I just agreed with what you said.
No, but I feel for RCB it won't matter
Hmm.
uh, because their batting, bowling, everything has been balanced and good so far. So I don't think toss will really matter to them. But if I am Gujarat Titans, I would like to defend and see what happens. Play to my strengths.
So I'm going to give you six questions now before we close this. You can already predict the sixth question, so I'm not going to ask that. You can tell it to me at the end. The first question: who is your player to watch out for from GT? Second question: player to watch out for from RCB. Third: highest run scorer in the match, highest wicket taker. Fifth, actually, yeah, five questions. Yeah, who will win the match?
Yeah, so I would be looking at Shubman Gill if I am from Gujarat Titans. From RCB, I'd look at his arch nemesis in Bhuvneshwar Kumar. That will be the battle that I'm more interested in. Most runs, I'm backing Sai Sudarshan to get back to form, not get out in a funny manner this time around. Yeah, so I feel that Gujarat have the upper hand. I'll pick them as the winners of 2026 IPL.
And highest wicket taker?
Let me pick Rabada. He's the purple cap holder.
Interesting. For me, I will start backwards. I'm not going to comment on who's winning this time. Uh, I'll answer the other four questions first. I think highest wicket taker for the match would be Rashid Khan. Highest run scorer would be Virat Kohli. Player to watch out for from GT would be interestingly, I would like to see Josh Butler. And player to watch out for from RCB would be King Kohli again. Uh, I'm picking his name for one reason and just one reason. If you see in the last few games after the two ducks that he had, he scored a magnificent century versus KKR. After that, he's sort of fizzled off. He's not scored a half century or a decent enough innings up to Kohli standards. He would have seen Rajat Patidar making runs. He would have seen Sooryavanshi making runs. He would have seen Shubman Gill scoring a century today as well. So he would be itching to get out on the park and make a mark because if you see his record in the IPL playoffs has never been great. So
Right.
it's time that he scores some at least. I mean, even if he manages to score a 50 or a 60, that's decent enough contribution, because the way he's approaching his innings this year, it's been higher strike rate, 170ish. It sets up the entire chase, or putting up a total on the go. So that's it. I am not going to make any comment on who's winning. I am a Gujarati. I like if GT win. I'm a Kohli fan. I like if RCB win. So it's a win-win situation for me. But I do hope that yeah, it's a cracker of a contest, because a lot of people are traveling all the way to Ahmedabad in such heat to watch that encounter. And I hope that all the fans that are turning up on the day enjoy and get a treat. So yeah, do join us post the match when we cannot comment right now, but we'll surely be there. Thank you.